Hi, Tom English again, and as we continue our lessons in geometry, we're going to cover right triangles. And right triangles, there's a lot of meat in this, and we're going to have a number of videos and lessons about them. But what I wanted to do first is kind of review something we learned in algebra. And if you recall, when we had the slope-intercept form of the equation, y is equal to mx plus b. M was the slope of the line, and that told us what direction the line went, whether it's positive or negative, and how steep it was. And then plus b, the b happened to be where the line intercepted the y-axis. And if you recall also, a line perpendicular to a given line, the slope changed how? Well, the slope became the negative inverse. So let's look at first the equations 1, 2, and 3. Y is equal to 2x plus 2, y is equal to 2x minus 1, y is equal to 2x minus 5. What determines that those lines are parallel? The fact that they have the same slope. In this case, the slope is 2. The b term, it shows that the first line crosses the y-axis at a positive 2, the second one crosses the y-axis at a negative 1, and finally the last one crosses the y-axis at a negative 5. Now, lines perpendicular to those lines are going to have a different slope, and this is what I want you to remember, is that the slope is the negative inverse. So if that slope happened to be positive, this will be negative. And instead of a positive 2, as the slope is for those first 3 parallel lines, you notice the slope for the perpendicular lines are the negative inverse. In other words, instead of 2, it's 1/2. We turn it upside down. So these lines then all have the same slope, but they happen to be the negative inverse of the slope of the first 3. And therefore then the line 4, for instance, negative slope of 1/2. Again, negative says it's going to flow from the 4th quadrant up into the 2nd quadrant. And you notice 1/2 too, the lines at a more horizontal position. And in the case of the vertical or the first parallel lines, those had a whole number, and so the slope was a much straighter up and down. So try to remember negative inverse for the slopes. The fact that they form a perpendicular is a right angle, and we're going to be expounding on the right angle theorem. There's a lot with the right triangles, and we're also going to get into trigonometry. So hopefully you'll find this particular lesson helpful. Thank you.